Let me ask you a question. If you wake up tomorrow and the government decided to print $1 trillion out of thin air, what do you think would happen to the money in your pocket? Would it hold its value? Or would it just become just paper? Stay here, I'm gonna tell you all about it. Welcome to TradingBits X. This channel is all about decoding the economy from the ground up. No noise, just signal. Think about this for a second. When you receive your paycheck, when you swipe your credit card, or when you transfer funds in your banking account, have you ever stopped wondering where is the money actually coming from? Who creates it? Is it the government? Is it the banks? Or does it just appear out of nowhere? The reality is that how money is created has completely transformed throughout history. Trust me, once you understand where money comes from, you'll never look at the economy the same way again. Before we dive in, tell me in the comments below, who do you think create most of the money in circulations today? The government? Commercial banks? No one really knows? I'll be reading and replying to your answers in the comments below. And if you want to master economic, money, and markets in a simple, direct way, please subscribe to TradingBits X. We're building the financial foundation they never taught you in school. When money was gold. For thousands of years, money wasn't paper, and it definitely wasn't a flashing number on a digital screen. Money was physical. It was tangible, mainly gold and silver. But why gold? Because it has the perfect money DNA. It's scarce, durable, easy to divide, and nearly impossible to fake. But as civilization grew, massive problems emerged. Portability. Imagine trying to buy a house and having to carry bags full with hundreds of gold coins. Not only was it heavy, it was dangerous. So merchants started doing something very clever. They left their gold coins in a secure vault. That was the birth of the first banks. And in return, the banker gave them a piece of paper that says, this paper represents X amount of gold in the vault. Now let me ask you, if you had that paper and you know you can trade it for gold at any time, do you really need to carry the physical gold with you? Exactly. People start trading the receipt instead of the gold itself. That was the birth of the gold-backed currency. If this is already helping you connect the dots, hit that like button. It helped the YouTube algorithm show this video to more people who need to understand this system. The birth of credit. Over time, bankers noticed something curious. Most of the people never came to withdraw their gold. They just kept circulating the paper receipt. So the bankers asked themselves a $1 trillion question. What if we lend out some of that gold that is just sitting here? That was the birth of credit. One of the most powerful and controversial ideas in history. Imagine a bank has 100 gold coins, but since they know not everyone will draw at once, they issue receipts for 200 gold coins. In other words, they start creating more money in circulation than actually gold is in the vault. This allowed the economy to explode. Business could get loans, family could buy houses, and industry could expand. But it also created a massive risk. The banks run. If everyone tried to withdraw their gold at the same time, the banks would go bust. Be honest, if you find out today that your banks doesn't actually have your cash sitting in a vault right now, ready for you, will you still trust the system? Let me know in the comments. I want to see how much trust it is left on the room. The rise of the central banks. After multiple banking crises and runs, countries realized they needed a referee. That's why central banks were born. A central bank is an institution designed to control the money supply, supervise private banks, act as a lender of the last resort during a crisis. You know them today as the Federal Reserve for America, the European Central Banks for Europe, and the Bank of England for Britain. For a long time, even these central banks have to back their currency with gold. This was the famous gold standard. But there was a catch. If the economy grew faster than the supply of gold, the system becomes too rigid. Government wanted more flexibility to print money when they need it. And that led us to the most important turning point in modern history. The fiat system, the digital era. In 1971, the world changed forever. The US President Richard Nixon officially ended the convertibility of the US dollar into gold. This was the end of the Bretton Woods system. Since that day, the entire world has operated on the fiat system. But what does fiat mean? It's Latin for let it be done. It means money isn't backed up by gold, silver, or any physical asset. Its value only exists because the government declared it is a legal tender. We, as society, trust that others will accept it. Today, money is created in two main ways. Central bank expanding the monetary base, commercial banks issuing loans. Here is the mind-blowing part. When a bank approves your car loans or your credit card limits, they aren't lending you somebody else's savings. They are literally creating new money as a digital entry in their database. Most of the money in the world doesn't even exist physically. It's just digital accounting. Now think about this. If money can be created so easily with just a few keystrokes, what happens when we create so much of it? Let me know in the comments below. The history of money is a fascinating evolution. It went from physical gold to golden receipt to banks' credits to central banks, and finally to the digital fiat system that we use today. But understanding how money is created leads us to even more urgent questions. What happened to your life when the supply of money grew up too fast? What happened to the price of your groceries? What happened to your hard-earned savings? There is a specific name for this phenomenon, and you have probably been feeling it in your pocket lately. It's called inflation. In our next video, we're gonna answer the most important question in the modern economy. What is inflation? It is just prices going up, or is it something much deeper related for the money printing we just discussed today? If you find value in this video, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And remember, money, markets, we're trading the future. See you in the next one.